Oh, yeah. Hey, dummy. Thank you. There we go. Hey, crypto heads. It's the goose. If it's not one thing, it's another. But at least you can see us. Hopefully, our video is good. We can see each
Yeah.
other a lot better than we could last Thursday.
And nobody
So,
looks like they're from Minecraft.
right. Damn. Minecraft Steve. Anyways.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, crypto heads.
Joe says that we have a special guest, just so you know.
Okay. Who's that?
It says KAEDRICH OLSEN is on. Listen, we'll get this whole streaming system figured out.
It says
Today's
KAEDRICH OLSEN. Well, he
Yeah.
was on a few weeks ago. What is going on? I don't know what's happening. But anyways, I'm not gonna obsess over it. I'm not gonna let myself because it'll bother me
Right.
until I fix it.
I
and
know.
It'll ruin the shit.
I'm just waiting for it to just nudge itself in there.
Yeah.
Right? So weather crazy today. We were talking earlier. Like everything dropped like 15 degrees within 20 minutes. It was freezing and windy and raining, and I swear to God, I was feeling some ice and snow up in Cleveland.
Yep. I think that's what we have here. I let Ross go out and I could hear it. You know how like the little tiny balls of ice.
The granule snow, kind of like the
right.
Sleet.
The frozen rain, whatever they call it.
Definitely
sleet.
cold.
What was the difference between sleet and frozen rain?
I used to know this. One of them is frozen when it's coming down, and the other one, as soon as it hits something, freezes. I think freezing rain is the latter.
Okay. Interesting. I always get the two confused, and I'm like, what's the difference? They're
whatever. It all ends in ice.
all ends in a pain in the ass on my drive to work and during the day. But so how you guys been? How's your week been? How's you guys ready for Thanksgiving yet?
Yeah, I'm super ready. My sister comes home the day before Thanksgiving. So
wow.
I don't need anything else.
That's cool. Yep. That's good. Yeah, we're ready. I guess. We go to, there's really not, Thanksgiving, there's not a whole lot for us to get ready because we go somewhere else for dinner.
Yeah.
So we go to her grandma's, but Kim always cooks something and we always take food, but it's not like a big thing that her mom just wants to have it there. That's just where we have it every year.
That
so
works.
the big thing is after that is getting in gear for Christmas, which is a whole spectacle of other things.
I've already been like shopping for a month.
Hey, what's up, Tim? What's up, buddy? Have you?
Yeah.
Kim is really good, but she's been shopping all year. So like little bits here and there when kids say when they need something or they want something.
Right.
I have no idea what's going on. There's nothing, nor Thanksgiving.
Right.
Nor
You're just told the day of, right? We're going here at 1:00. Okay.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Yeah, I just try to like when I see something on sale or, whatever. I just pick it up, hide it.
I usually have the one gift that I buy the girls. That's one big gift from me. That's the kid gift.
Yeah.
The big kid gift. Like last year was the PlayStation 5.
Nice.
So I'm gotta figure something out to get them that's better than maybe I'll get them a game because they want Call of Duty, the new Call of Duty that just came out.
Yeah.
But I also, so it'd be kind of a double.
yeah.
But we could all play together.
Why is it open?
I just had to check to make sure it worked.
Yeah.
That's always the thing, right? We had to watch it. We had to play with it for a minute just to make sure it works. I didn't have to make sure it was safe. We got to make sure it's safe.
Make sure there's no violence in the Call of Duty game.
Right. Unless it's something I have to assemble, then I just let it sit and like you guys can. My wrenches are in the garage. You guys can figure it out.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the weather, but I love it.
Not looking for the weather. I'm actually looking forward to the holiday. We already have our Christmas tree up, which is crazy. We usually don't do it till after.
I was thinking about it because you know what? Who cares this year? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like never care, man.
So crazy.
Put it on September 1st for all you care.
That's true.
That's what Dustin would say.
Yeah.
Hey, I could work with a guy. He does like this whole Christmas village like that runs through the entire house.
Oh wow!
And he's always taking pictures of it and stuff. And then he has like 6 different Christmas trees in rooms. But he's already decorated. Be like the day after Halloween, he gets everything up.
Nice. Good for him.
Hey, man, if you like it, who cares?
Exactly.
Enjoy it for as long as you can.
The world's so crazy. Like, if something makes you happy, just do it.
Right.
As long as you're not hurting somebody, I should specify.
So, I guess we should talk about paranormal stuff. This is a paranormal show. Unless people in the audience want to talk about
talk about paranormal stuff? Why do you force it?
You just call it the Cryptic whatever show?
Why do you force it? We had a whole bunch of stuff about cryptids and shit. Now I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. We scared Heisenberg.
Well, yeah, I can't wait for you to explain it all away. That's why we do it.
Well,
I'm putting. What's that? What'd you say, Heisenberg?
No, I don't know.
Oh goodness.
All right. So yeah, what's in the news? A lot of UFO, UAP.
Oh, see, I knew this is right where we were going into.
Yep.
This is what
that's where we tried to get into last week, but we couldn't see each other. It's important and it's real, and I don't care what you say. It's real. It's happening. It's now.
All right, I'm not going to say anything actually.
Okay.
Oh man.
We'll see how that goes. We'll see how long that lasts. At least move so we know you're not frozen.
I'm not frozen.
Okay, you talked. Boom.
I'm not talking about the subject that we talked about.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, it's too much. But yeah, so yeah, UAPs. I don't know anybody who's into the paranormal on it or UFOlogy or anything really. It's been all over the news. You can't get away from social media. It's all over TikTok. There's videos all over the place. So, a lot is happening. The government had another official hearing for the UAP. With declassification, there's more whistleblowers stepping up. Now all of a sudden, the focus is on UAPs that are coming from the oceans, that have been in the oceans, possibly have bases. Skeptical on some of that, but I do believe in UAPs. I do believe if they have the capability to fly through the air and outmaneuver any man-made thing that we have, I'm sure they can go in the water and they could sustain themselves underwater.
And like the other thing is, they're saying that they have known about them in the water like since the 50s or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So when was the nuclear testing in the oceans? Do you think that was just random nuclear testing in the oceans, or
us trying to end them? I don't know. There's a lot of speculation though, because there's footage, and I showed you guys this earlier this week. There's actually a new documentary on. It's like a mini series. It's like 5 or 6 episodes. It's called Investigation Alien. It follows a guy. He's a well-known reporter, news reporter. He's like really gotten into this subject. Like it's basically his life's mission to get things declassified and out there. And he was bringing up, like throughout this whole thing, there were so many different stories and just so much stuff that I had never heard of.
Yeah.
Like down in an area of Brazil, people were seeing these orbs along the shoreline and they were being attacked and like they were getting burns on. I mean, massive groups of people.
I saw that. I only watched like 3 or 4 episodes of it. Yeah. But I did see that. The lady said it was like a laser beam came down and like she said it felt like something was plucked from her. Like skin sample or something.
Right.
Or something.
Right. And they had the scars to prove them, and there were more than just one person. It was several people. Yeah. Nobody died from it, but it was definitely painful, and it's something that they're still dealing with, like mentally. So you have that, and so there's the opinion by some people that they're provoking us, or they're trying to hurt us, or they're trying to study us in a violent manner. There was another country, I can't remember the name of the country, but they feel that they're in the oceans and they're actually protecting them.
Yes.
Because like storms and hurricanes will come and they will come straight at them and separate and go around, and it's like there's like some kind of force field.
They've literally never had a hurricane hit them, and they're on the ocean.
Right.
But everywhere around them has. It's like one.
And then, and there's all witnesses with fishermen seeing UFOs coming out of the water.
Uh-huh.
just this a very interesting. It's a very different kind of just a lot of stories I've never heard before, which is really cool. It's not the same old Area 51 bullshit, and I mean, which is, I believe, but it's just new stuff. It was new information for me.
Watching. I mean, it's just a short. You could binge watch it in a weekend. You know,
that's pretty much what we did. It's like what 30-40 minute episodes, and there's like 6 of them. But it's really just following all these stories, and then one of them actually connects to what was going on with the hearing. There's footage of. I'll just show you. And then I'll explain what I know about it. I've already shown you guys the footage, but some people who are watching with us may not have. I just want to make sure I'm putting the right footage up. I think this is it.
Or unidentified aerial phenomenon, as UFOs are now called. It resembles a jellyfish flying in the sky, its tentacles dangling, I guess, in the air. This video was released by UFO expert Jeffrey Corbell on his X page. Corbell says it was shot by the military using thermal imaging cameras as this, whatever it is, flew over a U.S. military base in Iraq. To be clear, News Nation has not independently verified the authenticity of the video, and other videos like this have been debunked in the past. Bottom line is, we don't know what this thing is or what it isn't right now, but we have reached out to the Pentagon for comment.
So, I mean, compelling, cool to watch. What's that?
Heisenberg had his head down. I think he was not watching it.
Did you not watch it at all? Do you want me to play it again for you? I want to know what you think, dude. I mean, seriously, honestly. You think you just think it's a hoax?
Oh my gosh.
Do you believe in ghosts, Heisenberg? All right. Anyways, what do you think, Denise?
Do you think that they did this hearing because they knew that all of this was going to be coming out, and they're like, "Well, shit, we kind of have to say something about it now."
Yeah, I mean, because the footage was released by somebody who was not with the military, first of all. They claim that base, apparently, from what the documentary says, that base is actually, that part of the base is like blacked out. It's supposed to be like, it's like CIA operations.
Inside of the military base.
Right,
yeah.
Inside of the military base.
So even people on the base are not allowed into that area because...
Right. So somebody was filming it. And but they were filming it with the thermal imaging camera. It wasn't detectable by any of their radar or any of their normal, everyday security cameras.
Or and like the people watching. Nobody could see it.
The people watching, nobody could see it. I mean, you could see people in trucks, and it's a base. It's busy, but they can only, and you can see like the way it changes color, and that's like, I mean, I don't know what that is.
It's thermal.
It's the thermal imaging, changing temperatures or whatever, or the way the reflection. I don't know, but that's apparently not the full footage. The gentleman said that they had cut out the whole end of it, or he followed it to the point where it's past the base and is over the Gulf or the ocean or whatever, and it disappears into the ocean. Then it comes back out, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
So there's people trying to get that footage, that part of the footage released, which was one of the things that was on that documentary. So
the only thing that scares me about the whole thing, honestly, like, I'm not afraid of aliens. I know that sounds stupid, but I feel like they could have destroyed us anytime. In terms of like technology and stuff.
Yeah.
The only thing that scares me is when people start throwing around things like, "Oh, well, this is a national security threat." We don't need to attack the aliens. You know what I mean? They're not. Mm-hmm. It's not actually a threat.
Right.
Like, I just worry that we'll take it too far, because that's what we do.
Yeah, and that's in that last hearing, and that was being thrown around. I mean, obviously, we're worried about UAPs we can't see flying over black ops, army bases, but would you think they would be stealing stuff, or there would be some kind
of... Are they stealing our technology? What?
Right. Like, they're laughing, I guess, if anything. Like, these guys don't have shit.
Yeah.
We have nothing to worry about. But, yeah, I felt that was pretty interesting footage. But, we'll see.
I saw something that said that NASA started out, like, in the oceans. Like, NASA
really?
used to do research in the oceans. I haven't had a chance to look into that, but.
Yeah, that would be a good deep dive.
Yeah.
I don't, if I've heard it, it was kind of like something that I must have not paid attention to. I was too busy looking at the footage.
Yeah.
And hearing the stories, but yeah, I don't know. And then, it just comes out in an interesting time though, too, to kind of like sway our attention away from, yeah.
It is funny that like everybody's like, okay, like what are the aliens going to pay my bills? Because if not, I don't care.
Right. And most of them are people like, yeah, we believe they could exist. We believe that they're probably here already or whatever, but whatever. We knew that already.
Yeah, I've seen so many videos that are like, I used to believe in aliens until the government announced that they were real, and now I don't know. Because I don't trust the government.
Right. Yeah.
It is just a wild time.
Right. But I mean, that was pretty much the basics of it. I mean, I got more stuff, but it's just whistleblowers saying the same thing over and over again. I mean, it's yes, there's biologics that are non-human biologics, but we'd have to discuss this in a closed format and just so they're just giving like tidbits and
like show us videos of the aliens or just stop talking.
Right. Show us definitive proof so we can go to sleep at night, or we could just be like, yeah, see, we fucking told you.
Right. Right. Done. Yeah, it's just all very weird.
Yeah. But yeah, then everything's coming out of the woodwork. Everybody's talking, like more military is coming out saying that they've seen UFOs come out of missions, and hopefully there's some more I just want to, let's all agree that it's great.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's very weird.
Right. But like watching that, it was basically like watching the first one. It was just the same thing with different people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I found it interesting, but I enjoyed the documentary much more.
For sure.
It was like hearing stories and like witnesses and not the same.
What is it called again?
Investigation Alien.
Yeah. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it ends up the guy's really just trying to get definitive proof to go against a report that the Pentagon came out with called the Arrow report.
Yeah.
Which is basically denying everything and giving really mediocre, horrible real life reasons. Like, if you're going to debunk it, cool. I mean, I want to know if something I'm seeing or they're putting out there as evidence is not real. I want to know that.
Right.
But you're just the things that they're saying about them. It's just like what? Just think of something and put it on the paper so we can deny it.
Right. Right.
So he's trying to get that, and he's just trying to. I mean, they want to say it's declassified, then declassify the complete footage.
Right.
Of things. Like, give us all the information.
Yeah.
But
not
do you
like
think we
90% redacted page that's all blacked out and you can't really read anything?
Right. Hey, Dawn. Dawn said interesting that they happen to be videoing with a FLIR type camera at the exact moment this thing that was undetectable with any other imaging equipment in an area that they shouldn't have been videoing.
I mean, that's true. But also, I feel like they should.
Heisenberg's like, dude, yep. Said exactly what I was going to say.
They should be.
If he was going to say.
They should be monitoring it 24/7, though. I mean, it's a freaking military base.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I've heard two different stories. I've heard that it was just some guy that was like monitoring. He was non-military or something, like he was.
I think he was ex-military.
Ex-military? Okay. Yeah. But then that news said it was the military who caught it, but they don't know what it is. Yeah. So like, get the story straight. Who actually took the footage? Right. Then we can like have a better opinion on whether we believe it or not.
Right.
And if it really isn't the full video, then why? I mean, I don't know.
Didn't they show the guy on that documentary?
They didn't show the actual guy where he got the footage from, but once he released it, he had to give like the information on who it was, but I don't think he was actually on the show.
Oh, okay.
There was another guy that said he saw the footage.
Yeah. Okay.
But he saw the full version, and he was also helping the guy trying to get the full story.
Okay.
But
I knew he.
There's a lot of peoples and places, and there was a couple things that I wasn't really sure. There was one guy that he had on there that he was working with that was actually like coming from a super skeptic side, because he was in the military and he was like in intelligence, so he questions everything like 100%, which was cool.
Literally his job, though.
And he's like basically telling him whether he thinks these people are lying or, that he feels that they're truthful. They're coming from a place where even if it wasn't something UFO related, they definitely thought it was real.
They believe it. Yeah.
Right. So, I don't know. Cool stuff.
Yeah. It's definitely a fun time to be alive.
Keep the eyes to the skies. But yeah, I mean,
why not to, honestly.
Right.
I'm just like, no, it's fine.
Yeah. I just believe. I don't want to see.
Yeah, exactly. It's called faith. I'll believe it without seeing it. Okay.
No, I want to see it.
I don't know. I always like think about like, what would I do? And
right.
I don't know.
I know. It's practical to think that way. Like,
I'm thinking like pass out would probably be like what ends up happening. I like to think that I would be like, oh, hey, thanks for visiting me, whatever.
Yeah.
Just try to talk to it. No, I wouldn't. I would just freeze up, probably pass out.
Hey, I'll be right back. Dip in the house, lock the doors, run down to the basement. Tell my wife what I saw. Hey, you won't believe this.
Right.
And she'd blame me somehow.
And I'm like, facts. She wouldn't believe you. I don't think anybody's spouse would believe them.
No.
I mean, I would believe my husband because he doesn't believe in any of this shit. So if he came to me and was like, I saw an alien, I'd be like, oh my God, you're actually talking about aliens? Okay, I believe it.
Yeah. Oh, but all right. That's the alien portion of the show. We'll end it there. I mean, we could go on, but we would like to hear from Heisenberg tonight, so.
That was all right, just listening.
I could see the grimace. You were wanting to say something at some point, but I think Dawn pretty much said it for you. What you were thinking.
There's a lot I wanted to say, but that's for a different time.
What better time than now? We want to hear your opinion.
He's like when
Lauren Boebert was part of the freaking committee that put this together. That lady's an idiot.
Lauren Boebert.
Oh, there's a lot of people on that.
Oh, yes. Okay. And I bet you.
But yeah, she's definitely one of them. What's that?
You bet you they're all idiots.
Well, one of the lead guys on that too is that representative from Tennessee. He's been going off like on other shows and doing interviews saying that he's going to get to the bottom of this and he wants the people to see it. And I'm like, okay. Are you running for office like in the next couple years or whatever? I mean,
yeah.
But yeah,
I feel like that's how so much shit goes. Like, oh, we're gonna get to the bottom of this, and then there's no ever. There's nothing
until there's something.
There's explanations for everything. The place that never gets hit by a hurricane could be on a trade wind route that averts everything from that.
Right.
Yeah, and they did have a physicist or a weather person, some kind of scientific person that knows science. I don't know.
A meteorologist.
Yeah, meteorologist that was on there saying basically the same thing. It could be something that's completely, real world weather conditioning.
I think everybody's just grasping, and I think people should stop. We shouldn't even be talking about it.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's paranormal. I mean, it's interesting, but again, we're not trying to force views on people. We're just stating our opinions. I believe. I think.
But who said anything about forcing views on people?
Nobody.
Who says that people would care about what we think?
Right.
That's what I was going to say. Nobody cares about what we think.
All three of them watching right now. They all care what we think.
Yeah.
They live on every word that comes out of our mouth.
Right. I'm
a skeptic. One, I don't want to believe it.
Yeah.
And it freaks me out, so I don't want to even think about it.
Yeah.
You guys keep fucking bringing it right back up.
You think we're going to manifest it or something?
Huh?
Like it's going to come to fruition if we talk about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like unconsciously doing collective conscious experiments.
I'm not thinking about all that shit. I'm just thinking they're going to hear us talking about it and come after us. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it is. I don't know. I feel like it is scary. Right? But also, like, we've lived through Y2K, 9/11, like, so many fucking
that's
things.
Nothing alien.
Yeah, right? I know, but I'm just saying, like, we're so accustomed to, like, trauma and, like, big things going on, and we're just like, whatever. Okay, cool. It's aliens. Got it.
Right. Like, yeah, just something to throw us off the track of what's really going on.
Like, do I have to go to work on Monday or not? Like, just tell me.
Am I going to be able to pay my mortgage and feed my kids and family?
Right.
No, but there's aliens.
Right. Okay.
Aliens.
Well, just like I was saying with Bigfoot, man, that nobody finds them because he just rips them apart when he finds them.
That's true. Maybe people go missing in national parks all the time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he's not out there. I'm just saying he's an asshole.
You're just saying it's people that took a picture of Bigfoot are the ones that go missing?
I think anybody that runs into Bigfoot goes missing. Like, how do people know this stuff? They all act like they study them.
Right.
That I agree.
Experts.
Right. That I agree with. Like, I mean, there's guys out there that go on these shows. Well, it's about a 9-foot female that was.
No.
It's a juvenile. What?
We don't have a body. We don't have any evidence of penises.
And I'm not saying they're not out there. I'm not saying that.
Right.
I'm just saying we don't. How do you fucking study them? It's just like when the scientists say the core of the Earth has reversed. You know that by math.
Thank you.
What the fuck?
Thank you.
You know it because of math.
Right. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's such bullshit. And it's so hard to like teach my kids. You know, like my kids are doing astronomy and they're like talking about the Earth and the core of the Earth. And they're like, the core of the Earth is magma. And I'm like, how do you know?
We don't know.
Right. And I'm like asking my phone, okay, what's the deepest hole we've ever dug? And it's like 2 miles or something.
Is it in Russia?
You're going to tell me we know.
There's one in Russia that's really deep that
it's in Russia.
Yeah.
And so we're just basing it off of like some shit that was written like by who?
And they couldn't drill any further down. That's why.
Right. And then they're like, oh, by the way, the center of the Earth stopped spinning. And we're like, oh, have you had a pedometer on it? Like, what it's doing? No.
Yeah. Math. I don't even know what you're doing that math for.
Right.
Yeah, I question a lot of that too. And we watch all these like cosmos, how the universe was formed. I'm like, they're just pictures. Like, like get a camera on a universe actually forming and then tell me.
Yeah.
And get a clear picture of it.
It's like literally everything that we've known as fact is like just educated guesses, really, that they just wrote down.
Yeah.
And we have no way to prove it or disprove it.
That's why I have no problem making up my own facts.
We're kids.
Not scientific, it's just practical.
Yeah. I'm like, that's something that some people believe, yes.
Yeah.
Just so hard. Once you
I've heard some stories about UFOs and stuff, like Mr. Ballin. That's a good podcast to listen to.
Mr.
He has a lot of strange, dark, and mysterious stories. He talked about one. They seem to happen a lot in Canada. In the forests up there, the Great Northern Canada.
Huh.
UFOs or Bigfoot?
Both.
All the things.
Are they related to each other? Is Bigfoot an alien?
Like Dustin says?
Right. I did like on that documentary, though, the theory that that these are time travelers and it's really us in the future. We always talk about that. Just revisiting ourselves and observing ourselves in the past. I'm like, why would you want to observe us?
They find you.
What?
What's that?
They just rip you apart when they find you. That's why there's no bodies ever found.
Right.
Right.
People are like, well, no, they're we believe that they're just like, no, man, they could be eating people.
Yeah.
Right. We don't know that.
Right.
We think they're carnivores, but mainly a herbivore. Like,
right.
You don't know?
Yeah. And it drives me nuts when people are like, I'm a Bigfoot expert. How are you an expert? That's like paranormal experts. There's no such thing.
There's no expert.
No. You can't be an expert on something that is not like proven.
And like I said, I'm not saying it's not real, because I think there's definitely probably a freaking monster out there.
For sure.
Yeah. There's probably all kinds of creatures that we haven't discovered yet, even with industrializing and building redwood housing communities everywhere.
Right. Yeah.
Out of redwood trees?
No, just the housing communities named Redwood that are popping up like literally in every open piece of land around Northeast Ohio.
Yeah.
It's cheaply built cardboard condos.
Yeah. They got something against trees, I think.
Right.
Just gonna tear them down and put a house there.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I believe, I like to think I believe, but I won't actually believe unless I see it for myself, or they like capture one, but I don't really want them to capture one either. I feel that's just horrible. Like,
exactly. I'm not afraid of the aliens. I'm afraid of what we will do to the aliens.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think we can. I don't think we're smart enough to catch either one of them.
That's true.
Right.
Our dumbasses will put a box out with like a string and a stick.
Right. That's how I would do it. Put a Reese's cup under there and be like,
a Reese's cup. What did E.T. eat? Reese's Pieces, right?
Yeah, Reese's Pieces. Yeah.
Obviously, the experts say aliens like those, so we tried those as bait.
That would be my ass picking those up and eating them as I was walking into somebody's room, some stranger's house.
Gosh.
Oh my god, it's an alien. No, it's fucking goose. Shit.
Yeah. No, I do think that people wouldn't.
Because I tell you this, if I see an alien, I'm fucking running the other way. You guys were thinking about what you would do? There'd be no answer. I'd be like, peace.
I feel like I would pass out. I don't even think I would have a chance to turn around and run.
I don't even care. That'd be my first thought.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah. I feel like I would be
meeting.
Like, what the? I wouldn't even finish this one.
Like I said, maybe an experienced paranormal research, but not professional. Exactly.
Yeah, and certainly no expert.
No. And I believe you can be experts in certain aspects of the research. Like, there's always the person. Yeah. But to call yourself a paranormal expert, that's just always rubbed me the wrong way.
Dawn, listen. I feel like aliens are allergic to grapes. I'm just throwing that out there.
Grapes are delicious. I don't think they'd be allergic to grapes.
They are. And they also can't drink. They also can't drink from plastic cups. I had a very vivid dream, and I hid an alien in my house. And I offered him grapes, and he shook his head like super quick, like he was scared of them. And then I gave him a glass of water, and I had to give it to him in a glass, not a plastic cup, because he's allergic to it. It's just side note, All
right. So if we go to war with aliens, just throw grapes at them.
Grape water in plastic.
Grape water even better. Out of plastic. Yeah. Just throw the whole red cup at them.
Yeah.
A red cup.
Bottle, throw a grape inside of it, shake it up, and throw it. I don't know. It was such a vivid dream, and it was so weird that grapes and plastic cups, that's what my brain is going towards. I feel like that was
grapes are
good. It was really weird. I saw the alien in my front yard, and I said, he looked over like he was looking for somebody, and I was like, do you need to hide? And he said yes. Well, I said, do you understand me first? And he said yes. Then I brought him in my house. I offered him grapes, and he was scared, and I offered him a glass of water, and that was like the end of my dream.
I mean, it makes perfect sense.
The whole point of the dream was so that I could learn that they
absolutely
makes perfect sense.
Your sister Corey just chimed in. She must have just joined the group.
We're talking about aliens and how they're allergic to grapes.
Right.
Or scared of them.
According to her her divination and her lucid dreaming,
right?
She's able to communicate with
you. Weird thing.
You look through her tea leaves.
Oh, one of Denise's dreams. I love it.
She knows. And she actually, knows. Fun fact about our dreams. We realize that we like go to the same place in our dreams sometimes. And it's not a place that either one of us have ever been to.
That's cool. I've never had that experience having the same dreams with anybody.
Yeah.
My dreams are too fucked up. Half the time I don't remember them.
Yeah.
Same. You gotta be pretty.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I wake up and it's like something that's so like stuck in my brain and so like detailed. I don't know. I feel like it's not just a normal dream. Yeah, Don, who knows?
I've been thinking about past lives a lot.
Yeah.
Well, not really past lives so much. Like, say you're like walking down the street and you had to like, let's say like you're thinking about having a hot dog and somebody shoots you in the head. Like, your next life, do you hate hot dogs?
Maybe. I think about that all the time. Would make sense. Yeah. Because there's got to be reasons like why people have fears of things that are like so irrational.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason for you to be afraid of that.
That's a really basic way of saying it, but
yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have a deadly fear of heights. Like I cannot. I don't like steps, especially being up high. So I'm like wondering, did I fall? I mean, I know I fell as a kid, but I literally only fell down like maybe 5 or 6 steps. But you know,
it's the stuff like that freaks me out. Is like I'm thinking like, all right, so somebody died. They're just walking around thinking about a hot dog, and then their life's done.
Yeah.
Right.
What am I going to be thinking about when I die? Oh I should be going out.
Right. Or sometimes I'll like take the kids to school and like just I look like a bridge troll outfit, you know, and I'm like, God, I hope this isn't my ghost outfit. Like, what if I die?
Right.
Do you get to pick?
Right. I think you should get to pick.
I hope so.
Oh, stop. I'm like, EVP?
Is it?
No, that's Lola.
It's Lola. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeff, how have you been, buddy? We haven't seen you in a while.
I haven't seen the goat in a while.
I know you popped on last time, like super quick, and it was right before we were signing off.
Yeah, our show was going downhill.
Oh my gosh, that was so bad.
Yeah, Jeff, you came in right as we were like, you know what? We can't see each other.
Done.
We can't hear each other. We're done. So tonight's been much better.
It was broadcast hell, Jeff. It was broadcast hell.
It was. It was really bad. And of course, that was.
I think we were going to make it out of it.
My dad watched that show. He's never watched a show before. And I sent him a link and I was like, here's how you get to the show. And then the next morning, what did he say? I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry that's the one that you watched. I don't know what was going on. And he was like, yeah, it definitely wasn't a Steven Spielberg production. I'm like, no, it wasn't, Dad. Thank you.
Oh my God. Even on a good night, it's not even close to anything like that. My God.
Yeah.
There's a reason we call it the dive bar of paranormal shows.
Right.
Because it literally is a dive bar.
Yeah.
I thought it was that because I was getting fights with you guys.
Oh, maybe.
That too.
Dual meaning.
I'm the drunk guy in the back just yelling at people the whole time.
Shut up.
Yeah. I don't even know what you're saying.
I don't even know what you're saying. Accurate. Heisenberg, I need a picture of you. I need a picture of you.
I don't have one.
Okay, I'll get it then. I was giving you an opportunity to pick your picture, but you chose not to, so now I'm going to pick it for you.
There haven't been any pictures lately. I haven't been anywhere.
My family was making fun of me because I have a D-Nice sticker on my water bottle.
No way, man. They weren't making fun of you. They were jealous.
No, I know. Right. I was like, listen, people pay for these, okay?
You're like, I can get you one. You don't have to be like that.
Just tell them it's a merchandising display.
You don't have a sticker of yourself. I can help you get one, but
yeah, you don't have a sticker.
I think we've made $2 whole off of those stickers. Thank you very much.
You made more than $2.
I don't know. I usually just give them away.
They usually buy like at least $3 worth and then give us a card. Can you put that on my credit card? $3. Here we go.
Yeah. Whenever you guys walk away from the table, I give mine away to anybody who'll take one.
I was gonna say because we run out of those so quick.
I'm like, hey, you could take this. I don't care what you do with it.
There's so many times where like somebody will have a card that's full of stickers, and I just want to put a Heisenberg sticker in the middle there somewhere. They wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
It doesn't even say anything about like the Cryptic Paranormal show.
No, they would never know.
At the bottom. So it would be so phenomenal.
I want to put them on. I want to put them on gas tanks, like that. He did this.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Put it next to the price, or he's just like leaning against it.
He's holding up the price. Right. Good times.
Hey, what's happening, Holly?
Holly. I have something that happened at the seminary, but I don't know if I should talk about it.
Well, you can't just mention it and not say anything about it now.
You can do it with me. That doesn't bother me. I'm good.
You can't do it with me because I'll obsess about it all night. I'll start messaging the chat.
Yeah.
I already forgot what we're talking about.
We had a girl who had very compelling evidence that she had a partial possession at a public hunt not too long ago, last weekend or whatever. It actually was like the most scared I've ever been at the seminary. I was legitimately scared.
Oh shit, yeah.
It was crazy. I was very thankful that this guy was there. Just a guest that comes all the time. He like really helped out in the situation, but the girl was like trying to bite her friend and like screaming. The screaming, I think, is what started scaring me because it's just super loud, and you know how everything echoes there. So it was like even louder. And she's like literally falling down the stairs. We're carrying her down the stairs. And then she was sitting there and they like weren't convinced that she was better. And she was like looking away. And I started to say a prayer in my head. And she whipped her head and looked right at me, right in my eyes. Like she knew what I was saying. And I was like, I didn't even say it out loud. Like it was just in my head. I was so scared. I have literally never been that scared before. I've seen a lot of people like say things like, you know, oh, I got possessed. No, you didn't. Zach Baggins, you didn't. But this was the first time that I was like, okay, maybe. It was
so this all went down like in front of you, like you witnessed the whole thing.
It was, oh my god, I felt so bad.
I've been like, once again, I'd be like, peace.
Yeah.
You're right.
There were these two
Kate
girls.
was with us. Hey, Kate, you stay up here with her. You could take him downstairs.
I'm like, I'm out.
Kate, right. Kate's good at that stuff.
These two girls, it was their first time ever doing anything like this. And I'm sitting in the lobby and they come busting in the door and they're like, I need Denise or Shelly. And I'm like, ooh, for what? And she starts telling me what happened. And at first they thought that this girl was having like a seizure.
Right.
Because of like the things that was happening to her. And she was like super hot and like just so much.
Yeah, you got this, Shelly?
And right? Because I'm like walking and I'm like, what am I going to do? You called the wrong person. Like,
Jesus Christ.
No, you can't do that. She fucking knows, man.
I don't know what to do. So luckily,
by the time holy water at him, it's just going to piss him off more.
Yeah. Shelly and the guy were already there by the time I got to the girl, but she was like literally falling down the stairs. Like, oh my God, it was so scary. I've never been that scared there before.
Where was she when it happened? Can you tell me that?
She was in Sarah's room.
Really? Sarah's room? Was the door open or closed in the closet?
It was open. We keep it open all the time now.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem right there. You gotta keep that fucker closed.
The fucking closet door. Yeah, it was.
I don't think it was funny.
It was very, very, very intense, and I still don't know what to think about it.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
I know. I mean, I've had intense things really happen there, but
yeah. Well, you know,
and if she looked at you while you were praying in your head,
that was the part where I was like, oh my gosh. And she didn't just like look at me. She looked at me like, what the fuck did you just say? Like, that was what her eyes said to me. And she like stared into my soul. And it was like the second I started, she had just been zoning off for like 2-3 minutes. And then all of a sudden I was like, okay, I'm just gonna, whatever. I don't know what I'm doing, but let's try it. So I started, and she whipped her head around so quick and just stared into my soul. And I was like, what the fuck? And then this guy that was like helping, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what you call it. He went to go put his hand on her head, and she like jerked back, like super. I'm like, what is happening?
Are you checking for a fever?
I don't know what he was doing. I told you, I don't know. It's my first time.
My first possession. I don't know.
Right. I don't know.
I really can tell you when that whole zoning off thing, that's when shit happens.
Yeah.
Like,
and she was just staring.
You kind of feel like yourself like just staring, and then all of a sudden, like, you're like, you don't even know who you are anymore. It's just
then
a weird.
Somebody with a prayer in their head, and you whip around.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it was just
like, I'm not even Christian. What do you?
Right. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know. It just seems like a good thing to do.
Yeah. I just heard it's something people do.
I don't know. I saw it in a movie once. I don't
know. No, you haven't. You don't watch those movies.
No, I did see The Exorcist, though.
Oh, okay. All right. That's probably why you don't watch other movies.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely was. I don't know. It was the only person I've ever believed. Let's put it that way.
Right.
You know, because people say stupid shit all the time, and that was the only time I ever believed it. And just to hear all of like the corroborating stories of all these people who had never met before, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was very intense.
Were they all together too, or was they like separate groups?
She came with her best friend. So there was the two of them. There was the two girls who had never done that before, and then this girl and her wife. So 6 people were all in the same room. But it was like 3 groups of 2.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, some people are just probably like tuned to that, like at that level. You know, like she probably walked in and she was at the right frequency to be like keyed in.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And we did talk to her because like it is fascinating, and I feel like a lot of people that happens to are, I don't want to say like weak mentally, but you know what I'm saying. Like they are always worried about other people. They aren't like, you know, that maybe they have mental issues, whatever. I'm talking like anxiety and depression. I'm not talking like
right
anything crazy, but I don't know. It was just we spent so much time like interviewing everybody afterwards because we were like, this is definitely a teachable moment. Like we need to try to figure out what happened. It was wild.
I just don't know what would be at the seminary that would, unless it's something she's had with her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or something that came with.
Like I said, she was just at that right frequency that like there is something. There's something.
Well, I mean, if something like that is going to come to like a pinnacle or a climax, it's definitely going to be at the seminary where there's so much energy already.
Right. And everybody's so focused on connecting to that
Right.
I think everybody focuses on that top floor so much that they let themselves like, they're it still has the spooky vibe, but like, they're preparing themselves for that, and if they're not paying attention right there.
Right. That was the other thing. Okay, so we do group rotations. We split everybody into smaller groups. We do 3 rotations. Okay. I happened to be in the asylum that day. I am never ever in the asylum for rotations, but I was in the asylum and I had one group, and then these girls, those 6 girls, were in the second group, and then I had another one. So only in the second group were we getting like, leave, we have fallen, the world is ending, demons, all kinds of stuff. But a ton of like, get out, you're not welcome, like just so bizarre. Like, how the seminary is like that all the time, but like this was like 10 times more than normal.
Like, it was pissed off.
Yeah. And like just saying weird stuff. Like, I've never heard like, we have fallen. Like, I don't know. It's just really weird stuff. Weird. And there was nothing in the group before that, nothing in the group after that. Everything was just normal. There was no leave, there was no run, there was no nothing.
Right.
What? Yeah.
No, there's nothing there that's bad, but I mean, there's some negative energy there.
Yeah, but for sure. There's assholes, but not like...
Yeah. And I think like because of the history of the place, like who owned it before, and some of the stories that they were sharing, that you want to get into the whole thought form theory again.
Right.
People feed into that, and if the place is already on that vibration where it's energetic and communication is,
and it was a full moon.
Right. If the building's pissed off, it's going to give you a time.
Yeah.
Right. We always tell people you're going to get what you put into it. I mean,
yeah. Well, no, sometimes the building just has that, I think, feel to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does.
But it's like, this is not a great place to be today.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And plus, like I tell people all the time, like, you got to leave all your shit at the road. In my mind, I have an invisible wall. None of my negativity, none of my drama, none of my stresses come into the driveway. And no spirits come out of the driveway. That's, it's a barrier, and it has to be that way.
See, I'm just trying to get caught up with some of the... Holly said she also thinks that if she came across a strong spirit, she wasn't strong enough, to keep it away from her. If she's definitely new to it, for sure.
Right.
Well, doesn't mean, I mean, the possession is not great, but it doesn't mean it was like a evil possession either.
Right.
No, I mean, possession is just possession. I mean, it's happened to me there, but I don't call it possession. I just call it unprotected channeling, where you're in that mindset. I was already in a negative mindset because I was trying to make things perform, and I was getting frustrated, and I was already pissed off.
Yeah.
And that took over. Like when the whole thing with the Beauty and the Beast Rose thing, where the cloud came over me while everybody's... Mike is on. He was there with us, wasn't he? I think, or maybe it was somebody else.
I believe so.
No, I wasn't there for that.
No, it wasn't Mike.
No, I mean, not you, Mike. Was it
Mike Newsom? Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, because I would have slapped the shit out of you. That's always my promise to you.
Right. But it was like the first open investigation after post COVID, and I was cool. And then the guys we were with were looking at this video footage of like these riots breaking out, because riots were breaking out all over the place at that time. Just put you in that negative mood right away, and you're going to get the negative out of
the fear.
Being negative.
I feel like fear is like so crippling,
Right.
It just really puts you at a disadvantage. It was wild.
Yeah, you said she might be oppressed for a long time and took root there.
Right.
Yeah. It was just waiting for some kind of energy shift or that window to open.
And that's what we're doing while we're there, is we're just giving energy to them, because we're there to talk to them. Why wouldn't we like subconsciously give them energy?
Right.
Yep. It was so I've been going there for 7 years. I've never been that scared.
Yeah, that the part of when you were doing the prayer in your head and she looked at you, that's like that's like straight out of a freaking horror movie.
Yeah, if I would have been there and you would have said that to me, I'd be like, dude, we're getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
We're
like
out.
You would have saw his dust flying up behind him. He wouldn't even have said that to you.
I wasn't even mouthing the words. I wasn't whispering, nothing. I was literally just in my head.
Mm-hmm. How dare you try to fight?
I know. And I was like, I'm sorry. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Right.
Ignore me, please.
Your sister said she needs a seminary night with Shelly when
she's
home.
We were talking about it. Actually, wait. No, you won't be home in time. Friday we're doing a I don't know. Friday maybe? We're doing a seminary Thanksgiving with the crew. So
cool.
But Corey will definitely do something while you're home.
I mean, why not? You live right down the road.
Right.
My wife would be like, if I lived that close, my wife would be wondering. Well, she wouldn't wonder. She would always know where I'm at.
Right.
Oh, I'm over at the seminary. Are you going to work on the house?
Yeah.
I'm at the seminary.
We got seminary to work on. What do you mean? Yeah.
That's spooky shit.
It was definitely interesting. And then like the universe had to give me like good news because I literally debated. I was like, what am I doing here? Like, I don't belong here. After that night.
I'm telling you, man, if I would have been there and you'd have said that shit to me, I'm like, dude, we gotta fucking go, man. I've seen too many shit. On I'd be like, you know what? Let's grab Shelly.
Yeah.
Lock the building. Peace.
But then after that, literally, I'm sitting here thinking like, maybe I shouldn't go back anymore, whatever. And then the universe is like, no, you belong there because this guy reached out to me about selling a house, but ended up, he doesn't want to sell his house, but he has a whole building full of antiques. And he was like, I think I'm just going to rent a dumpster. And I was like, sir, please do not.
Right. Yeah.
So I talked to him and I ended up giving him a tour of the seminary and he loves it. And he brought some stuff with him that day, including he gave me a Civil War token.
Oh, nice.
1962. It's so cool. But he brought a bunch of stuff with him that day. And he after he walked around, he was like, I have so much stuff that can go in here. And I was like, okay, this is why I'm here. Like, this is my mission for the building. Like, I love bringing stuff in and making it look like a museum. So, the seminary sucked me back in. I can't quit.
That's cool.
I thought about it.
It's not going to let you.
No, but when that girl swung her head around, I was like, I don't need to do that.
Oh yeah, I would definitely have double thought my, should I really be here? I don't know.
Yeah, and when the girl was like, I need Denise or Shelly, I'm like, no, you just need Shelly. No, you don't need me.
There's no need for me at all.
Nope. Just because I gave the tour and I was the only other name you remember? Nope.
Shelly's your girl.
Yeah. I could find her for you. Is that what you meant?
Right. Yeah, there you go.
That's what I could do for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get some water.
Because Shelly and this guy who was literally instrumental. We could not have done any of this without him. They just so happened to be on the first floor and the girl was on the second floor coming down. And so they literally met in the stairway. Like, it just happened that way. Nobody even had to find Shelly. They just were there.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Cool. Well, that's good. Did Shelly exorcise her?
Yeah. I guess. I don't know.
Did she remove the demons?
I guess.
They just probably didn't want to fuck with Shelly, man. They probably got back in the building.
Right.
They're like, nope.
And we get chopped with machete.
Yeah. I would.
Yeah, they don't want to fuck with Shelly, man. They're like, time to go.
Nope.
We had our fun. Denise is scared.
Yeah. They did the same thing.
That's probably what they do. That's probably what they do. Like, let's scare the shit out of Denise today.
Right.
Let's possess her.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. That girl's getting a little too comfortable around here.
Yeah. Let's make sure she remembers who we are.
Yeah.
I gotta remind her why she's got to be careful.
Yeah. It was so
you said you don't use crystals and you don't feel like you need protection? Well,
right. No.
We'll show you.
Yep. I got yelled at for that. For saying
what?
it. For saying, because this different person, I believe it was a different person, but on the tour was like, she was getting super scared. And she was like, I was like, what's the matter? And she was like, I forgot my crystals. And I wasn't going to be like, well, you're fucked, you know? So I was like, it doesn't matter. You don't need crystals. It's just all in your head. You know, you need to protect you. Your crystals are not going to protect you. You need to do it. And I was like telling her different ways that she can protect herself, whatever. I'm not going to tell her like, yep, yeah, you don't have your crystals. You know what I mean?
That is where we are so different.
Why?
I would have been like, fuck, you're screwed.
Even though you don't believe that, you just fuck with her.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I've been like, oh shit, what are you doing here?
What's up, Scott?
Right.
Yeah.
What's up, Scott? Speaking of Scott, we're going to have him on the show after the holiday break. We're going to schedule something with him and Rex, our buddy Rex Tracy. Be fun.
We could tell our story then. I already told you guys about the police showing up at the...
That's the best.
Yeah, that was hilarious. We'll save that one, though, for...
Yeah, we'll save that for sure.
That show. It seems to be going around. I just saw Nick Carboni and Bree. They were at the Wildwood, and the cops checked in on
Wildwood?
Them. Yeah, right. They're at Wildwood, and the cops came in, but they were cool. I mean, they didn't get any trouble. They were just laughing about it.
They have to know. I mean, it's a small town. Right. They have to know that people are in there.
Right. I guess they were just checking up.
They're bored. I would. Hey, let's go back.
Well, he was asking them questions. He's like, so what was that blinking thing? Like that bright light that I kept seeing shining in here. So she's like showing them how the red pod works. And
nice.
Yeah, see, they're just curious too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we had the same thing when we had to call the cops at the House of Wills.
Oh, yeah.
And they came in, but they started talking about all the times that they've been called in because they thought people were breaking in, and they couldn't find anybody. Bolivar.
It's much better this week, Bolivar.
Yes.
That's okay. If you're late to the party, you can catch the replay.
Absolutely. Replay is on the RU Media Network.
Remember StreamYard?
Hour of silence.
Remember StreamYard used to tell you, it used to pop up a little thing. Don't forget to tell your listeners about the replay.
Yeah.
Is Restream owned by StreamYard? Because they use the same music in their commercials.
I don't know. I don't think so, but it's pretty similar. Like the dashboard is pretty similar, kind of.
Anyway.
No, Heisenberg sings Christmas carols. This is the part of the show where he's going to break out in some tunes.
The shit out of me. I need to go watch Beauty and the Beast. I just saw his leg.
My wife and kids always watch a Disney movie after we watch a horror movie.
That's what I do. Right? The live action of Beauty and the Beast is what calms me down. Yeah.
My wife usually watches. What's that?
I saw a story where this guy had sleep paralysis at his mom's house, and like after the lady like sat on his chest, he had a scream, and then he's like, I didn't go back to sleep. I watched Aladdin downstairs with all the lights on.
See?
Yeah. Their go-to is usually like I think Monsters Inc. is like one of them.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. But yeah, whatever works, man. Whatever helps bring you down. I go right to sleep. I don't have any issues. But
I cannot. I can't even I don't know. Everybody in my house goes to bed before me. So I can't even be awake alone, let alone go to sleep. No.
Yeah.
I'm in bed. Oh, I'm usually in bed by now. When Lincoln goes to bed, I'm like, peace.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm in bed by 9 usually.
I'm very pretty. Usually I'm like 10. Like if I see it's 10:30, I'm like, I got to go to bed. 10:30. Like I'll even if I'm super tired and I can't keep my eyes open anymore, I'm like, I got to make it till 10:30.
Why?
I don't know if it's an obsessive compulsive thing.
Maybe.
Or what, but yeah.
I mean, I watch I usually watch Addams Family now because it's November. So
Heisenberg has his monthly movies.
Yeah, Addams Family. So, but I usually never make it to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll come down to sleep and I'll hear or I'll come look down and the girls will be like sleeping on the couch and their mom would be on the chair.
You hear Kate the music falls asleep a lot on the couch, and we've gotten to. I just need to shut the light off and make sure she's all covered up.
I think I was born on Tokyo time.
You must be loving this time change, then, man. It's killing me.
I love the time change.
Not
my favorite holiday.
It's your favorite holiday?
One of them. I love it.
It's killing me. I hate driving home at 5:00 in the afternoon and it's already dark. I know it'll change quick, but it's hurting me physically.
I love the darkness.
Yeah. I saw a thing that was like, we, as humans, when we were like hunter-gatherers, cavemen, like it makes sense to have night owls and early morning people because you have to have people who are up to do patrols and make sure you're not being attacked and all this other stuff. Like, I don't know why we fight it so much as a society.
Yeah, Dave, even when I try to do a ghost hunt and stay up late, I'm usually mentally and physically done by usually midnight-ish.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think about the drive home. I'm like, I don't know if I stay any longer. I don't think I'm going to make it. It's horrible. I hate getting old, but yeah.
We've gotten so much worse at the seminary. We used to sit out on the porch until the sun came up and we would be like, oh shit, the sun's coming up. We got to go.
Yeah.
Now it's we look at our clock and we're like, oh my God, it's only 9:30.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. I used to work third shift and it would be dark when I went to work and it was horrible. Not only that, I was also going to school part-time, physically going to school. So I was going right from work to class and then going home, sleeping a couple hours, picking up the girls from daycare, coming back home and trying to get another 2 hours of sleep. It was just, it's no fun.
That's crazy. Yeah. I miss being able to stay up that late. No, it was really good talks though. But then the birds would start chirping and we all have spouses and shit. We're like, oh my God, I gotta go.
Right. Yeah. Just imagine Kim standing at the door. She wouldn't care. She would sleep. She'd be whatever.
My husband's literally gonna be waking up any minute and I'm still here.
I'd have been gone though. I'd be like, see you guys. Have fun talking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's no way. I mean, I might be able to stretch it out to 2. The 2 is the max.
I'd be waking up as you guys go to bed.
Yeah. The only time Wildwood, I just couldn't sleep. Just that I could not sleep when we spent the night at Wildwood.
What, in that 45 minutes that we were allotted for sleep time?
Right.
Because it was 5:30 and you're like,
right.
Okay, we gotta go at 6:15. I'm like, what the fuck?
You didn't have to leave.
I know, but I'm not gonna stay there by myself.
Right. But
everyone else,
that was
wake up by myself. No.
That was partially my fault because that was all my fault.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what part? It was all your fault.
But I wasn't sleeping. I didn't fall asleep hardly at all. I mean, I kept waking up, and then we both heard that big bang, but nobody said anything about it.
Finally, when I started to fall asleep, it sounded like somebody dropped a chair or something. That was crazy. And there was no Beauty and the Beast to watch. So I just had to wing it.
You didn't have Hulu on your phone? Or Disney on your phone?
I could have, yeah.
Right.
I'm almost done. Yeah.
Yep. But speaking of being almost done.
Sorry.
We are done, and we are done. Going to be done for the year, folks.
That's crazy.
Next week's Thanksgiving. And
all right, we're gonna say that we're probably done for the year because every once in a while, Ray gets, oh, hey guys, you want to be on? It's we'll say
we might.
If I'm saying right now, we're not going to be on until the end of the year.
It'll be a surprise.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Next week, we'll look for the ad that will or the
promotion that
we're going to be on next week because we know so and so is going to be home and we want them to have them on the show, but. No, it definitely won't be next week because next Thursday's Thanksgiving. So.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I know tonight's Wednesday, and but tomorrow night I couldn't do it. But we wanted to make sure we got back on and at least had some kind of show after last week's debacle.
Oh my gosh, hopefully you guys deleted that.
I think you guys should look at last week's
it's
show.
Probably still. I mean, obviously we still have
podcast awards.
We still have KAEDRICH as our special guest tonight, so that's something else I got to figure out.
Was there like Rotten Tomato awards for podcasts? Because we would win it for that.
Right.
The potty.
The potty. Yeah.
I keep trying to get us to win that.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to invent it first, though.
You invent it.
We probably can't.
Everybody
can win it.
Like, yeah, anybody can invent an award show.
Yeah, but I want it to be
an
certified.
Award.
Oh my gosh, Williver, hurry up and delete it before my sister sees it.
Right. It's literally 5 minutes of us just going, "Oh, this is shitty. This is
so stupid."
The video just wasn't working.
I can't function. Access. Like if I feel like somebody is talking, but I just can't hear them yet.
No,
like,
it makes it hard.
It's just
drives me nuts.
It was so bad.
Like it drives me nuts. I'm watching YouTube and the audio doesn't line up. I'm like,
yeah, right.
Right. Or you're trying to watch the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight, and it's constantly
buffering. 25%.
Almost took me a whole hour just to get through the women's fight intro because it just kept freezing. I'm like, God damn it! I stopped watching it.
That was a mess.
So I can only imagine what you folks were trying to get
this
through.
Is not even Mike Tyson fight.
No, it's just us. I mean, Jesus Christ!
Don't waste your time. I'm out.
Right. But okay, crypto heads, that's it for tonight, and most likely for the rest of the year, since they called me out. But yeah, I'm good. I do want to try it and just relax and maybe refocus on getting some guests with our time off. We'll see what happens. We'll see you in the new year if we don't see you a little bit sooner. But the plan is to take time off and be with family and worry about all that priority stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever. That family stuff that we have to do during the holidays. But speaking of holidays and family, I hope you have a healthy and happy holiday with you and your family. And we love you guys.
But also, don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole. We'll spook you later, crypto heads. Right? Happy holidays. We love you guys.